Steve Ballmer's net worth officially surpassed $100 billion on July 7, 2021. As a result, he is the 9th person to join the Center Billionaire Club. All of his colleagues have one common factor. They built some of the world's most successful firms, such as Google, Facebook, Oracle, and Amazon. However, Steve is unlike anybody else at the top. Steve did not just fail to build a significant corporation. However, he did not make any extraordinary bets, such as buying Bitcoin in 2009 or investing in Amazon during the dot-com bubble. Steve was in the right spot at the right timing for the most part. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. For this video, we will discover how Steve Ballmer made $100 billion working a 9-to-5. But before anything else, please leave a like on the video. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell down below so you won't miss our videos. Without any further ado, let's hop on right to the video. Looking back first at the past, Steve Ballmer was born in the city of Detroit, Michigan on March 24th, 1956. His father was a senior at Ford, and he was the son of a Switzerland immigrant family. Steve never began his own business, yet he had the knowledge to do so from an early age. Steve graduated as valedictorian from the Detroit Country Day School, a college preparatory school, but being friends with a man named Bill Gates was perhaps the most critical part of his college studies. Bill Gates was preparing to drop out and create Microsoft at the moment. According to some sources, Bill even invited Steve to join them and become a key figure at Microsoft. Bill persuaded Steve to leave Stanford and join Microsoft as the company's first full-time manager. 5 years ago, Steve was hesitant to take the risk. However, he was now in a far more stable situation. Steve became the company's 30th employee, earning a salary of $50,000 per year. Though Bill offered him 5 to 10% equity in the future, that's the equivalent of $163,000 today, more than just a large pay. Bill Gates began working on the technical aspects of MS-DOS between 1981 and 1985. Elsewhere, Steve Ballmer would engage in the business side of MS-DOS, selling it to a number of other software companies. Microsoft's revenue increased from $16 million in 1981 to $140 million in 1985 as a result of this. Clearly, employing Steve was a wise decision, and Bill would follow through on his offering of giving Steve stock in the company. Microsoft was valued at $780 million USD at the completion on the first market day when it went public in 1986. Steve Ballmer didn't have the same size ownership as Bill and Paul Allen, but his percentage stake was worth $51.5 million. At the time, he had only been with Microsoft for 6 years. That is to say, he made more than $10 million annually. Microsoft's formative years had run its course. Over the next 6 years, Steve moved into more standard corporate responsibilities. He oversaw several divisions and had numerous management and director positions. Unfortunately, Steve Ballmer would go down in history as one of the most ineffective CEOs, although we don't believe this is factual. Microsoft stock peaked at $58 per share in 2000, but within a year, it had plummeted to just $21 per share. So in the first year and a half of Steve's management, Microsoft was down 63% from its peaks. And just as the price began to revive, the economic meltdown landed hard to $15 per share. Steve, on the other hand, essentially drove Microsoft forward somewhat a bit. First and foremost, Steve Ballmer was an outspoken supporter of the Xbox. Steve Ballmer was a staunch supporter of the Xbox, and it is now one of the company's most profitable franchises. Similarly, Microsoft introduced its cloud service Azure in 2010 under the management of Steve Ballmer. Microsoft, for example, invested $240 million in Facebook in 2007. They're now valued at $1 trillion. The simple truth, though, was by the far strongest evidence that Steve had a beneficial impact on Microsoft. Microsoft's earnings increased nearly from $25 billion to $70 billion during Steve's term as a CEO, and earnings more than doubled from $9.4 billion to $22 billion. At the very same time, Steve Ballmer acquired Microsoft's largest single shareholder. He had sold approximately half of his original 8% interest during the previous 30 years. Steve, ironically, would be rich far beyond Bill Gates now if he didn't release any of his shares. Despite the fact that Steve's role has decreased over the years, he is tremendously proud of being Microsoft's biggest corporate shareholder and believes that the company is the strongest in the industry. And that is how Steve Ballmer was able to accumulate a worth of $100 billion while working at a 9-to-5 job. What are your thoughts on Steve's management? Let us know in the comment section below. That's it for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on any future content we'll produce for you guys. We're signing off now, but we'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.